Hi everyone, I'm Emily Burrows and I'm a self-care coach and a private yoga teacher. And in my work, I help people move from living a life that's governed by shoulds and the inner critic to living a life that's more about staying fiercely loyal to yourself. About 6 or 7 years ago, I had a very uncomfortable realization at about 4 a.m. I was having a lot of trouble sleeping at this point in time in my life. And at the time, I realized that although I was living a life that looked like a really responsible life, it looked like I was doing all of the right things, I realized that I was doing them most of the time for the wrong reason. So I was showing up at work, I was working overtime, I was volunteering, I was taking care of my family whenever I could. My friends knew me as the girl you could call at 3 a.m. if you were in crisis, and I would answer the phone. I might even show up at your house with whatever you might need. It even looked like I was taking really good care of my health. I was exercising, I was eating what looked like very healthy food. I was committed to seeing my therapist. From the outside, it looked like I was doing everything right. But on the inside, I felt miserable and exhausted. A lot of what I was doing was because I wanted to make other people feel happy, even if it left me feeling kind of resentful. I had a lot of the martyr complex happening, and the way I was taking care of my body and my own health was less about me feeling good and being well, and a lot more about trying to fix something that wasn't broken. My body wasn't broken. My ability to care for other people was broken. And so during this time of uncomfortable realization, I had to do a little bit of soul searching. And that's how I ended up where I am today. When I talk about self-care, I am way less concerned about what we do as I am with how we approach what we do with our lives. Because in living in all of this, where I was, of constantly thinking about who I was helping and how I was taking care of myself, I was living up here all of the time. And because the volume was up so high and all of that busyness and all of that stress, the volume down here, who I was, the way I was showing up to my own life and how I felt about myself, that volume was turned way down low. So it was really difficult for me to feel peaceful, to feel joyful, just to feel like me. And so that's how I like to approach self-care now. Rather than a to-do list, things I have to do this, this, and this in order to take care of myself, it's really about reorienting to who I am and how I want to show up. That's asking myself, in this moment, what do I really want? How can I demonstrate to myself and express to myself that I know, I trust, and I'm committed to myself? And that has completely changed how I show up to self-care, how I show up to my yoga mat, and also who I am as a worker, a daughter, a friend, a volunteer, a cat parent. It's changed how I approach many things in life. So I encourage you to think about that today as you go about your day, wondering if what I'm doing is an expression of who I am or is an expression of what I think I should be doing. I'll talk to you soon.